A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about polynomials. Polynomials is actually the combination of two words, poly and nomial. Poly means many and nomial means terms. That is an algebraic expression. Anything which we are speaking is an expression. Anything which we are speaking about is an expression. And mathematical expression is anything, the combination of constants and variables is an algebraic expression. And many terms of algebraic expression are called polynomials. So, the combination of constants and variables is called a polynomial. What is constants? Constants are those terms whose value is fixed. That is, whose value does not change. 2, suppose 2, 3 minus 4 under root 2. These are called constants as their value is fixed. And variables are the terms x, a, b, z, etc. Variables are those terms whose value varies from situation to situation. यानी जो variables है इनका value बदलता रहता है situation के हिसाब से. So x is a variable whose value is, suppose it comes equal to, at one situation it comes equal to 4 and it is sometimes equal to minus 5. So the value of these variables change. Variables means whose value varies from situation to situation. So the combination of these constants and variables are called these algebraic expressions, and algebraic expression with many terms are called polynomials. And suppose we write this 2x plus 3. This is a polynomial. This is a polynomial of two terms, 2x plus 3. And suppose 3y. This is another polynomial. This is a polynomial. And some polynomials, suppose polynomial in x we write as p of x. That is polynomial in variable x. That is equivalent to 2x. 2x plus suppose 7. This is a polynomial in x. If we write polynomial in y, then it is y minus 3. This is a polynomial in y because there is only variable that is y, only single variable that is y. If we write like this p of xy, that means this is a polynomial in two variables, x and y. That is equivalent to 2x plus y plus 7 something. So this polynomial contains how many variables? Two variables, x and y. And if it is like this, p of a, x, y, this is a polynomial in three variables. That is a, x and y. We may write this as 2xy plus a plus 7x plus 9 or something else. But only these three variables, a, x and y, there is not fourth variable. So any polynomial, if we write p of x, then it is the polynomial in x. There is not y, there is not a, there is not z. So polynomial in x means that there is only one variable, that's x. That is x. And if we write polynomial z, it is a polynomial that is inside, and there is no other variable than this z. This is 7z plus 9. So there is only one variable, that is z. There is not कोई और वेरिएबल इसमें नहीं आ सकता है, सिर्फ z. तो second thing is, so this is now clear that polynomials are those algebraic expressions with many terms, but there can be a single term in a polynomial. Suppose I will write here polynomial in x is equivalent to 7x. This is a polynomial. This polynomial contains just one term, and when there is one term in a polynomial, it is called a monomial. So monomial, it is a polynomial in which there is only single term, 7x, this is only one term. If we write this like this, 2xy, again there is only one term, 2xy is only one term, this is a monomial. If we write this like this, 7x plus 3, when there is a sign of plus or minus between two terms, then it is not a single term. These are two terms. This is not a monomial. Now, like this, 110 xyz. This is again a monomial, because these terms are not separated by sign plus or minus. This is a single term. This is a monomial. And then binomial. Binomial means any polynomial with two terms. Two terms is like this, 7x plus 9. So this is a polynomial with two terms. This is called a binomial. Bi means two and nominal means terms. And this is a binomial. It is a polynomial with two terms is called a binomial. Then trinomial is like this, 2x square plus 7x plus 9. There are three terms in this polynomial, and this is called a trinomial. So what we learned here is polynomials, but the definition, polynomial is an algebraic expression with many terms, but there can be a single term in a polynomial. If there is a single term, it is called a monomial, and if there are two terms, it is called a binomial, and if there are three terms, it is called a trinomial, and so on. And if there are 10 terms, it is simply then a polynomial. So, proceeding further, now what is degree of a polynomial? Degree of a polynomial, this is very important. Degree of a polynomial. Degree of a polynomial is the highest power of a polynomial is called a degree. Highest power. Suppose we will consider this polynomial in x. It is 2x square plus 7x plus 9. This is a polynomial. Here the highest power it is 2. So the degree of this polynomial is 2. Degree is equivalent to 2. If the polynomial is like this, p of x is equal to x plus 7, the degree of this polynomial is 1. Degree is here 1. Degree is equivalent to 1. If it is like this, p of y, it is polynomial in y, it is y 2y plus 3y cube plus 7y square. The degree of this polynomial is 3. Degree of this polynomial is 3. So degree of a polynomial is the highest power. It is the highest power of a polynomial. It is called the degree of the polynomial. When the degree of the polynomial, the highest power, by degree we mean the highest power, the highest power of a variable. It is called the degree of a polynomial. Now it is clear that degree is the highest power of a polynomial. If I write like this, p of x is equivalent to x plus 3. So what is the degree of this polynomial? It is 1. So degree of the polynomial is 1. When the degree of the polynomial is 1, it is called a linear polynomial. It is called a linear polynomial. So a linear polynomial is a polynomial which has degree 1. Now, if it is like this, p of x is equivalent to x square plus 7x plus 3. Here the degree is 2, it is called a quadratic polynomial. When the degree of the polynomial is like this, p of z is equivalent to 2z cube plus 7z square. Here the degree of the polynomial is 3, it is called a cubic polynomial. And if it is like this, p of t is equal to t raised to power 4 plus 7t. Here the power or the degree of the polynomial is 4, it is called a biquadratic polynomial. So, a linear polynomial is a polynomial whose degree is 1. And quadratic polynomial is a polynomial whose degree is 2. And cubic polynomial is whose degree is 3. And biquadratic is whose degree is 4. So, these are the types of the polynomial. Then, the zeros of the polynomial. So after this, let us recap what we have learned so far. So polynomials, there can be a single term in a polynomial, it is called a monomial. If there are two terms in a polynomial, it is called a binomial. If there are three terms in a polynomial, it is called a trinomial, and so on. And if there are so many terms in a polynomial, then it is simply called a polynomial. And then we learn that the power, degree. What is the degree of a polynomial? It is the highest power of the variable. Variable, you know what is a variable? Variable is anything whose value varies from situation to situation. Or we can say whose value is different from situation to situation. It's called a variable. So when the any polynomial whose any polynomial whose degree, we were discussing the degree. If it is 1, it is called a linear polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is 2, it is called a quadratic. If it is 3, it is called a cubic polynomial. And then comes the zeros of the polynomial. How to solve a polynomial? If there is a linear polynomial like this, p of x is equal to x plus 7. Linear polynomial, for linear polynomial, there is just a one solution, one root or one zero for this. Because the degree of the polynomial, it depends upon the degree of the polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is 2, then there are two zeros of a polynomial. So what is a zero of a polynomial? This we shall inshallah discuss in another lesson, that tomorrow we shall discuss what are the zeros of a polynomial. The zeros of a polynomial. Zeros, or we can call it value or roots of a polynomial. Inshallah, we shall discuss these things tomorrow. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.